After that day, though it sounds crazy trying to fit something so overwhelming into just 24 hours like it could be contained, I began to walk through the city, miles a day, examining every face in New York, thinking the next one might be hers. I craned my neck to the tenement windows, scanning for people taking the breeze, and down into the subway for people coming up. I looked under bridges, and I spent the whole day, I don't know, maybe more than that, walking the waterfront, my gut clenched in fear that I'd succeed in the last place I wanted to. And New York, God, New York in those days, the noise. It seemed the whole city was growling, howling, a million people all at once, trying to figure out how to make it work, how to survive. Growing up in Calabria, I didn't know that there were so many kinds of people, so many races and colors. Back there, everyone looked more or less the same to me. But through those weeks of walking and searching, I felt the whole world was all right there in one place. It was a giant river of faces and strange languages and smells and colors all rushing toward me and me just swimming for my life against the current of it. That's where I saw America for the first time. I mean, really saw what it was. So astonishing and fearful all at once. That it could exist and that you might fall through the terrible cracks of it. The search changed me. Yeah, no question. I was just a kid too, of course. 17, not sure I'd even shaved yet. But by the end of it, by the time I concluded that my little sister was gone and that I'd never see her again, I was grown up, hardened, toughened. I survived those weeks by begging. I'm not proud of that. But if we're getting things off our chests, you kids should know that too. I didn't see any other way. If I didn't stop for anything, for getting a job, for finding a place to live, I might. You're right to shake your heads. I don't know either. I don't know the answers to any of it. But I do know this. You don't always get to pick the thing that alters everything. Sure, you can make choices that feel momentous, and they are. God gave us the freedom to choose, I believe that. I know that if Carmela and I had stayed in Italy after Mom and Dad died and never boarded the Lombardia, and the Lombardia had never docked at Ellis Island, yeah, what happened wouldn't have. She and I wouldn't have become separated getting off the ship. She wouldn't have disappeared. She would have seen her 14th birthday. Sometimes as I sit here on the porch thinking through the years and the time I have left to me, what are they saying now? 6 months if I'm lucky. I played the story back. And things do go differently. And I do die in New York, searching and scraping and begging and never stopping until finally the city gets me, as I guess it did her. In the retelling of it, I never got on the train headed west, blurred in grief. I never end up here in Montana, never start this ranch, never meet your mother. It's just old Catholic guilt, I suppose, to think that my good, long American life grew from disaster, from the day I can never escape. But like I said, you don't always get to pick.